Welcome, everybody, to another episode of More Listings Mastermind, a real estate podcast. Each week, we meet with amazing guests all over the week, and this week's no different. My name is Robert Weichelt. Today, we're going to go over working with FSBOs, expireds, and NOD. The More Listings Mastermind is all about power, growth, and momentum. This week's no different. So with that said, I always like to start off with a motivational quote, and here's my favorite. The only place success comes before work is in the dictionary. Vince Lombardi said that. Here's a quote my dad gave me when I first got in the business 40 years ago. If it were, it works if you do. Again, it works if you do. Think about that. Let that sink in for a minute. There's a lot of things out there, but it works if you do. And we're talking about prospecting more importantly. So my name is Robert Weichelt. I'm the host of the More Listings Mastermind podcast. We meet every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Since 1986, I've been helping thousands of sellers achieve massive success in any type of market, as well as agents growing their business. So this podcast is all about helping agents help more sellers and grow their business. As a broker, trainer, mentor, my mission is simple. I want to empower others to grow, win, and lead with purpose. Now, you can check us out on YouTube. You can go to Spotify. Our goal here, guys, is to help agents take more now listings. What do I mean by now listings? Now listings are FSBOs. They have their hands up. They want to sell. They're telling the whole world. There's no reason why you as an agent should not, as soon as you hang up with this call every single for sale by owner in your market and just have a simple conversation. Why are you selling? More information you have about that home, the more you can share that information with your database. Call a FSBO, get as much information about that home as possible. Put it out on your social media, tell the whole world about that listing, go do a video, go see if you can do an open house, have a conversation with that seller. You don't need to know really much. You just need to know how to have a conversation. I encourage you to do that. As soon as you get done with this call every FSBO in your market and have a conversation and share that listing. They have their hands up. They want to sell their home. We're going to talk about expireds too. Expireds, huge. Those sellers have their hands up. They've 6 months. Oftentimes they're in under contract and on the market and going through multiple showings and open houses and offers and cancellations and all kinds of stuff for the last 6 months. Usually they expire is because their price is too high. 99% of the expireds that I talked to, the main reason was they were too priced. They were too high. They start too high and then they think they want to negotiate down to meet the buyer, but you're negotiating down. That's a terrible way to do it. You want to start lower and negotiate up. Let the buyers take that price to its highest point. We're going to talk about NODs, notice of default, notice of trustee sales. Those are huge. There are so many sellers or homeowners that are in massive distress. They're behind in their payments. Pull up the notice of defaults in your market. See how many there are. You should be reaching out to them and asking them, how can I assist? I'm not asking for legal advice. We're not giving legal advice. We're not getting paid for this. We're just reaching out to the community that's in distress, find out what's going on. How can we help? We need to explore the options. Come from contribution, not commission. Reach out to those folks. They need help. Guide them in getting the help they need to right the ship, maybe get back on track with their payments. The best place to start with a notice of default is reach out to them and say, listen, I would like to help you. This is a public record. It shows that you've have a notice of default because you've not made your payment. You're obviously in some kind of distress. I would like to help you understand your options. How can we help you keep your home? If you can help somebody keep their home, you've got a raving fan forever. In the event they cannot keep their home, chances are really good that it's going to be very difficult to catch up. And finally, it's going to be too late. They're going to reach out to you and say, listen, you helped us try to keep our home because that was our number one goal. It's just not going to work out. We'd like for you to, we'd like to interview you to see if you can help us sell our home. Think about that. Now, of course, future business, when you're working with the notice of defaults, the notice of trustee sales, it's going to present a lot of opportunities to talk to loss mitigation departments, grow a lot of experience in the distressed property market to begin with, and then become a trusted advisor for the REO and distressed property market when it comes to corporate sellers. You're positioning yourself Now, just so we're clear, anytime I talk about foreclosures, I want to make this very clear. I do not want anyone ever to lose their home. Never. However, there's a lot of distress, and we need to make sure that we're reaching out to these folks. So we're going to go over that. Each week, we meet every week. And why would we meet every week? Well, it's simple. We want to help you take more listings in 2026. This is a place where we can come. We talk about getting more listings. Now, we'll talk about working with more buyers, but if you take more listings, more buyers present themselves. So you don't chase buyers, you chase listings, you chase opportunities in the listing market. Working with sellers starts with the seller. Listings create more listings. Listings certainly create buyer traffic. I can't tell you how many investors are blowing up my phone every single day. Every time I take a listing, 10, 15, 20 of them, boom, blow up my phone that same day it goes live. You build your database with investors. And of course, if you're looking to grow your team, you certainly can't hold all those open houses by yourself. You need to grow your team to be able to leverage. So that's why we talk about listings. Each week, we talk about proven systems to win more listings, generate multiple offers fast, cash offers right now. And I can tell you a huge number of cash offers do not go anywhere, but it keeps you in the conversation. If you don't have a cash offer solution, you need one. I'll give you an opportunity to dive into it. Check it out. It's fantastic. And it doesn't cost you anything. Pull up cash offers in 3 to 5 seconds. I had one take 30 seconds once, and my mind was blown. It's so quick. But you got to have a conversation with the seller that thinks they want a cash offer, and you do not have one, you're out of the conversation. But if you have a cash offer solution, now we can continue the conversation and then transfer them to a better way to sell their home. Because I've never met a seller that said, Robert, if you can get me the least amount of money for my home, I would be forever grateful. Never once. They always want the highest and best price. Cash offers doesn't always mean that, but it gets you in the conversation. Cash offers is key. We're going to go into things that are going to help you work smarter and not harder. I am the king of finding the hardest way to do things. That's always the way I've been built. My dad did the same thing. He'd turn the easiest task into something so hard. And I'm working on every single day. I had a great conversation with my friend, Tim Yates. We were going over how can we streamline things? We want to make sure we're surrounding ourselves with people that know what they're doing in terms of streamlining. Putting myself in those situations is by design. I want to be around people that can help me, that I can help them. And that's what this weekly mastermind is all about. Work smarter, not harder. Every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, you can meet us here. There's no registration required. You can share it with your agent friends in the community. You can share it with your lender friends. You can share it with anyone in the real estate industry. I think this is a great place for us all to come together and get fired up. That's why I always play that Imagine Dragons song, because that's my walk-up song. I even have a wristband that says whatever it takes. I play that song. We're in baseball season. Opening day was just last week. Baseball season. If you're a baseball fan, you'll know what I'm saying here. Every single player has a walk-up song when they're going up to the plate to battle, right? They have their walk-up song. My walk-up song before I go prospecting, before I go into battle, is Imagine Dragons, whatever it takes. That's why I play that. Plus, it allows me to let people in, right? So you get my point. What's your walk-up song? I would love for you to put in the chat. What is your walk-up song? Do you have a song that just fires you up beyond belief and you're just like, I'm ready to go do this? Because I can tell you this, 99.999% of the agents that I know always go, I got a prospect. Very few of them just wake up and go, woo, I can't wait to prospect. But if you get fired up, get ready, get focused, get your scripts, get them internalized, build the confidence, and here we go. Let's go. Let's get fired up. Okay. Anyway, so I got a bonus session. I talking about to my buddy Tim Yates. He's one of my favorite people to be around. He's this guy. He's the smart guy in the room. Okay. So when you walk in, you're supposed to be the smartest guy in the room. You are never going to be the smartest guy in the room when you're around Tim Yates. So with that said, I want to share my friend Tim Yates. I think I've blown enough smoke up your ass for now.
Stop. Keep it coming. Stop.
Okay.
No, keep going. Let's come on.
Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, I want to introduce you to my partner, Tim Yates, Legacy Listings Pro founder, all around good guy, great drummer, love drummers. My son-in-law is a drummer, so I have a special place in my heart, just that. But his goal is to help us win more listings while protecting your client's assets. Tim, tell us a little bit about the Legacy and Listings Pro.
Every week a new door opens up, my friend, and it's we're just on the very beginning of an amazing ride. And I see some of our new partners are on this call right now, which again is I'm just chomping at the bit to get started. We're on the launching pad, and, we're ready to light that ignition switch and off we go. So just for everybody that's here, really the story is as simple as this: is over a decade ago, I started an estate planning firm with my wife Carrie, who's always served as our firm's lead attorney. And this little business that we started has turned into a full-blown technology company that I'm really creating a new classification for. I'm calling it really a life event company. And this life event company is on the cusp of really disrupting three major industries. That's the real estate industry, the legal industry, and then within that category, the estate planning industry as a whole. So we are disrupting these industries, and what we've done is we are bringing it together under one ecosystem that literally is going to drive a tremendous amount of business to all of our partners. So as simple as that is we're gonna drive a lot of business to our partners, which in turn allows us to help and change a lot of lives, and that's what it's all about. So for the purpose of this, I just encourage anybody to scan the link, come and learn about this. Every Tuesday, Robert and I are going to be given a 30-minute overview of what this company and program is, what it means to you, and to give you an opportunity to really take a look under the hood as we get ready to launch this throughout the state of California and then eventually nationally.
And you know what, Tim, I was hoping that you would bring up this number, the number. Why does it matter to me? I'm an agent. I'm looking for sellers. Tell us the numbers, or run those numbers, the California numbers.
Well, so here's the thing. The first thing that stood out to me, the reason why I started the estate planning firm to begin with was I saw numbers, numbers tell a story. And a number that jumped out at me first was 87.3%. What that means is 87.3% of all homeowners in the state of California don't have their homes in a living trust. That was the most ridiculous number I've ever seen. I could not believe it. But as I studied the industry and I realized, the solution was two things. Was number one, create an ability for people to understand what an estate plan is and why they need it. And then number two, make it affordable. It wasn't that simple. So we are just showing people this. The other thing too is, unfortunately, there's another statistic, Robert, that I don't like this one either. It's a horrible number too. But when you look at the number of divorces that happen nationally, it's every year it's going up. And nationally, fiscal 2025 was like between 64 and 67%. California, though, as you know, we always want to be the best. We want to be the most expensive. We want to have the highest gas prices, the most expensive real estate, grocery, all that good stuff. So we had to, of course, top the national number by 73%. So again, these are life events that happen to people on a regular basis. We can't control that, but what we can control is helping these individuals prepare for these life events well before they even happen, and then long after they've already happened. And so in a really wonderful manner. What I mean by that is in a caring manner, helping them out, affordability, all those things under one roof. And it's a game changer. It's going to be a game changer for everybody involved, from the attorneys that we have to the real estate professionals that we're bringing on board. And then to the technology people that are helping me build out our systems. It's going to change a lot of lives, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
You know what? I tell you what, from an agent standpoint, I'm just being selfish here real quick. I've got 9 and 10 people in my database that I could literally, after this call, after I call my FSBOs and expireds, I can call everyone in my database and say, hi, this is Robert. Do you have a living trust? Have the conversation. I can tell you 9 and 10 do not have it. That is a lot of really powerful conversations. I would start with my family first, especially the one that sits at your dinner table every night. Then expand on whoever comes over for Christmas. Then expand it to that. You'll be busy forever having conversations about helping people. Remember what I talked about here, Tim, a minute ago, about reaching out to the notice of default. You have to come from contribution to reach out. You've got to give back before you get. And don't do it to get, do it because it's the right thing. But I tell you what, it turns your business into You're leading as a trusted advisor versus just I'm here to sell your home and then see you in 7 years. We want to be a life person that you can just count on no matter what it is you're looking for. If the people want to paint their house, I got a guy. People want a living trust, I got a guy. So Tim, I appreciate you guys. Click the QR code, join Tim and I. The class is amazing. Tim knows his stuff, and come let him show you exactly what we're talking about, how we can help you grow your business, inheritance, marriage, divorce, business ownership, estate planning. There's a lot of opportunity there. So Tim, thank you. Any last words to tell everyone before we let you get going? Because I know you got an appointment.
I appreciate being here with you, my friend. I'm honored to be in business with you, and I'm looking forward to building this together.
Well, thank you very much. The feeling is certainly mutual. Let's go to the next portion of what we want to go over. And Tim will stick around for a little bit. If you have any questions, we'll go ahead and we'll get him all dialed in. So Tim, thank you again for that. Now, okay, I'm going to get back to the real estate portion of this. The real estate in terms of prospecting, FSBOs, expireds, pre-foreclosures, investors, your power partners, your circle of influence. We just covered a lot of those things between Tim and I on what you can do as an agent to grow your business starting today. That's the key. What can we do to grow our business starting today? But remember what we said when we first started. It works if you do. We can't just throw a cute post onto Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or Snapchat or whatever thing you're doing and just automatically think the phone's going to ring. That's important. We need to get our name out there. We need to be a top of mind if at all possible. But we need to have genuine conversations with people. So I personally like to get the momentum. I like to start something. And then once things are going right, have you ever had a client call you up and say, Robert, I want to sell my house? Great. And then somebody else goes, oh, I want to buy it right away. And you're just on a roll. That momentum. The reason why I say you want to lead generate, and there's 5 habits I'm going to share with you right now. Number 1, lead generation. Make this a habit. Put it on your calendar. Block out 90 minutes each and every day that you're working. I don't work Sundays. I go to church with my mother. We go to lunch, and my wife and I, that's our time. We don't do work. I don't do work. Every now and then I get some work done. My point is, time block every day that you work, Monday through Saturday, if that's what you do. Put 90 minutes on your calendar. Put it on their calendar as an appointment. Make it focused prospecting. Make it momentum prospecting. Make it, you're going to get a lot of no's in the beginning. Do you want to sell your home? No. You want to sell your home? No. FSBOs, they're telling us they want to sell. So you're going to get a lot of yeses right away. You're going to have the conversation. Block out 90 minutes. Focus prospecting. Play your walk-up song before you start it. See how you feel. Stand up. Get excited. I love prospecting. I love having conversations with people. You got to continue to tell yourself that, because here's what most people say. Oh, God, I hate prospecting. I'm no good at prospecting. Guess what? You're right. But you're also right if you think you're great at prospecting, because you just got to get out and do it. You got to go do it. You get the real objections, not these fake up, make role play. Role playing is key, but objection handling comes from the real client. Go prospect. Number 2, track and measure your numbers. Make sure you're doing all the things you need to do. Track and measure how many contacts, how many conversations, how many appointments, how many transactions. You need to count and make sure that everything's working. All the work you're doing, you've got to track and measure it. You don't just spend money on a bunch of marketing and not track its success. You need to know what's working and what's not. You need to be able to make your in-flight adjustments. Number 3, set appointments daily. A day without a seller or buyer appointment should be a red flag in your business. I'm talking having conversations every single day that you're working. Number 4, follow up like a pro. You've heard the term, the fortune is in the follow-up. You can never ring more true right here. 80% of the conversions happen in the follow-up. Very few people first contact, you want to sell your home? Yes, send me the contract. Doesn't happen that way a lot. Every now and then, but not very often. So you need to know that there's a follow-up mechanism that you'll need to have. Keeping it on a notepad or a sticky note is probably not the best way to do it, but it's better than not doing it. Stick it in your CRM. If a lot of us have, I use Bold Trail. It's awesome. There's ProEdge. There's some great CRMs out there. Make sure you're using them. Follow-up is key. Number 5, sharpen your skills. Role playing is super important. Tom Brady just didn't roll out of bed and go win 6 or 7 Super Bowls, right? There's a lot of practice. He's running plays every single day. Role play, study scripts, internalize those. What's your message? Internalize it, not like, hi, my name is. No, internalize it, have a conversation, be able to make a pivot. When somebody asks you a question that's not a part of your scripting, you need to know how to answer it and get back to your questioning. But it's got to be internalized, because so most people don't do it because you need to record yourself too. I would recommend you record yourself, listen back, going, you're going to go, oh my God, I sounded like that. But you'll be able to see it. Tiger Woods, he's been in the news lately. But guess what? He takes a lot of practice hacks before he goes out and plays golf. He's the best golfer in the world. My point is, you got to study scripts. You got to internalize it. You got to watch what other top agents are doing. What are top agents doing that you want to do? You want to go out and get FSBOs and expireds? Go follow someone that's doing FSBOs and expireds at a high level that understands them. Super important. You review your objections daily. Every time let's say you make 100 calls and you talk to 20 people and they give you all kinds of objections. Those are just, when you ever walk into a store, you're walking in and the first thing they do is they jump on you, go, hi, can I help you? And the first thing we say, no, I'm just looking. That's a mechanism to push them off and, kind of a fight and flight thing. That's what sellers are doing. We need to have great conversations, lower that wall, have a great conversation with them. And it's got to be free flowing. What's the real goal here? What are we trying to accomplish? What can I do to help you? Let's see. Let's take a look and see if I can help you. I can't help everyone, but I certainly want to try. Do you know that 78% of sellers list with the first agent that calls them once they go expired? That's a big number. Tim talked about 87.3 do not have a living trust in California. 78% sellers list with the first agent that calls them. That's from Tom Ferry. Those are national numbers, but guess what? I like those odds. I would recommend FSBOs and expires and pre-foreclosures to anyone. Here's how you get a hold of them. This is who I use. I use My Plus Leads. I put it in the chat. I'll make sure it's back in there, because if you didn't get it, you got to check it out. This is 14 days free seller leads, free FSBO, sellers that already want to sell, they're telling the world, free expired and canceled. These people right here, they showed that they wanted to sell their home. They didn't just do it for fun. Not at least, I took a FSBO listing one time and I said, why are you selling? This is when I was going to see homes. I don't do that anymore. I went to his home, saw his home. It's for sale by owner. And it was a little priced high, but they all start high. And I said, so why are you selling? First question I like to ask, why are you selling? Well, my wife is bedridden and I'm bored and I like talking to real estate agents. Honest to God truth. Couldn't believe it. And I literally, not too long after that, I went to all of my appointments done via Zoom. The pandemic had a little bit to do with that too. It was right around that time. But my point is, can you imagine if you do a 3 to 5 minute Zoom call, get to know about all their information about their home? Think about it. FSBOs, expireds are the best thing you can call. They're the lowest hanging fruit on the seller tree. Notice the default. We already talked about that. Can you imagine helping somebody keep their home, but they don't get paid a commission? Oh my God, the feeling that you get by helping somebody, the goosebumps alone is worth it. You're creating a raving fan forever. And a high percentage of them can't do it. So they're going to need to have some professional advice, at least to ask you, hey, if I need to sell my home, can you help us? Yes, I sure can. By the way, here's some friends and family that I'm going to tell everyone in the world how awesome you were because you helped me get through this. I've helped people save their homes, not very many, because they wait so long, they bury their head in the sand. And then they wait too long, and next thing you know, it's like, oh yeah, I'm getting foreclosed next week. Can you help me? Well, good news. There's laws now that can help people, and they just don't understand what it is. 45 days extension if you get their home listed. We go into that in our training on Fridays. I don't want to get too far into that. FSBOs, expireds, pre-foreclosures, the lowest hanging fruit in the seller tree. We need to reach out to them. Okay. I'll put it in the chat box if it's not in there. Another tool we talked about is cash offers. Every single seller thinks they want a cash offer until they actually see the cash offer. Have you ever seen a cash offer? Those cash offers they're almost insulting. They're that low, that ridiculous, that expensive. However, a lot of sellers think they want a cash offer. If I say, well, cash offer, and I try to talk them out of what they want, Sure, I can provide you a quick cash offer, 3 to 5 seconds. Boom. They see it and they go, whoa. And they may know that we're talking real because this is not their first rodeo. They've gotten cash offers from other people. Sometimes they get a cash offers unsolicited, right? But if you don't have a cash offer solution, you're going to be missing out. You're not going to be able to attract, engage, and convert more sellers real quick in live time. Go to, I'll drop the chat in the chat. I'll drop the 14 days. It's free for 14 days. But I do warn you, don't sign up for the free 14 days unless you're ready to get to work. Because here's what happens a lot. They sign up, they don't do anything, and then it expires. Then it bills your credit card. Then you're pissed because you're getting only start these free trials once you're ready to get to work. Make sense? Cool. Now, the kind of listings that I like to take, the FSBOs, the expireds, the pre-foreclosures, I always, every single time without fail, use a 14-day home offers process. It's a transparent online offers bidding platform. It is absolutely fantastic. And what it does, it allows me to do so many things, but the offers are fully transparent, where our pricing strategy is out of this world. Here's an example. The first day on the market, this is when I just closed. The first day on the market, this had 3,076 views. That's the first day on the market. Look at your listings and tell me how many times have you driven that many eyes to your property. We ended up, after 9 days, over 10,000 views, 603 saves. The reason why I'm telling you this is because pricing strategy matters. When you're listing a home, pricing matters. Most sellers, you know what they do? They price it high and then negotiate down with price reduction or price correction or whatever fancy word sellers want to use these days, when in fact they should have priced it lower and let the buyers bid it up transparently, bid it up to its highest point it'll go. We talk about that on Friday as well. I don't want to dive too deep, but bottom line, do you have a system in place that's driving eyes to the platforms first? First thing we need to do is drive eyes to the platforms. Boom. Then what we need to do is drive massive traffic. This is one of our coaches, Kathy Ryan, used the online offers platform, had 884 people through the doors. This was during the holidays. You can see the snowman in the back. This works. This is how we drive massive traffic to properties. Because remember, more eyes equals more offers. More offers allows you, the seller, to get the absolute highest and best price, period. That's our goal. I've never had a seller, like I said earlier, say, oh, get me the least amount of money for my home. I'd appreciate it. Doesn't happen. They want the highest and best price in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of liability, hassle, and expense, I assure you. You want to know more about what we're doing here? I have no problem. I meet with agents all over the country every single day. If you would like to sit down with me, take 30 minutes, we'll find out what's going on in your business. I have no problem with that. Let's take a look under the hood. Let's find out, do you have the right scripting? Do you have listings that are not selling and go, oh my God, what am I going to do? I can tell you exactly how to shock that listing back into, here we go. So want more traffic to your listings? Certainly schedule a 30-minute strategy session. Click the QR code. It goes right to my calendar and we'll make it happen. Sound good? I'll share this again at the end of the thing. Here's the online offers platform I wanted to kind of show you. How many of you are on this call have ever worked with a buyer? Go ahead and put it in the chat box. How many buyers? Do you work with buyers? Yes or no? Put in the chat box. Have you ever, when you've represented those buyers, have you ever written an offer that was responded to by the seller in a highest and best counter, multiple counter, highest and best? You have no idea where the other offers are. It's a lot of anxiety, right? And that winner always has remorse, because here's how that conversation goes. Hello, Mr. Buyer. The seller accepted your offer. It was a multiple offer. We wrote the highest and best. We had no idea where anyone else is writing. Your offer got accepted. Usually it's because they paid way too much. And then the buyer has two things that happen. First, oh my God, I'm so excited. Thank you so much. Right away, they go, oh my God, I overpaid. Buyer's remorse kicks in. My wife, she was in escrow for a long time, and I couldn't tell you how many cancellations she saw just because of that. The platform that I use, the offers are fully transparent. You can see exactly as the offers come in for how much, and so can everybody else. Even if you're not bidding, you can see it. Jason comes in, then Megan, then Christian. I still don't know why buyers outbid themselves in bidding platforms, but it doesn't matter because Michael came in and outbid them, then Jose, and then Christian came back and ultimately won the bidding. My point is, it's fully transparent, so the buyers are bringing their offers up to its highest point. Transparency is key, and it eliminates buyer's remorse. You know what else it eliminates? Requests for repairs. I can tell you this, if Christian came in and said, I want a bunch of repairs, I'd say, please hold. Yes, Jose, Robert here, listing agent. Oh, please hold. Are you sure you want repairs? They know Jose's right on their heels. Be careful with renegotiating the contracts when they use this. That's in the benefit of the seller, by the way. The benefit for everybody is the offers are fully transparent. Buyers win, sellers win, buyer agents win. Everybody wins in the transaction. Transparency is key. Now, I talked about being efficient and effective with your business. My wife and I just got off a 2+ year trip across the country in our motorhome. We were still working from the laptop, but it would be very hard to drive to somebody's home when I'm in Dallas, Texas, right? We spent Easter there one year up in northern Dallas at a really cool campground with a lake, and it was awesome. But we were taking listings on the road, but it would be very difficult to come on in back to San Diego if somebody wanted to maybe list their home. So be efficient, be effective. I'm not saying don't go meet your sellers. What I'm saying is have a Zoom consultation first. The first 3 to 5 minutes, you're going to know if this seller's real, meaning I want $1 million for my home that's worth 800. Sure, I want to sell. Come on over, list it for me. Well, you don't ask the right questions, you're going to waste a lot of time. Every one of my listings are done via Zoom. I did 4 listings from the beach in Cabo. So my point is, it's be efficient, be effective. I would recommend doing all your consultations, whether they're buyers, sellers, investors, agents, any kind of consultation that requires you to be in person, do it with a Zoom first. Think about it. I think it's going to be great. So we can talk as much about that as you'd like. I'll show you exactly how to do it. I am going to have a training session this Friday. Coach Kathy Ryan, Coach Tim Yates, who you met, and myself meet every single Friday. We call it our more training, coaching, and accountability. Now, I know the word accountability, most agents, they get frightened by that number, by that word, accountability. It's committal. It's too, oh my God, I need accountability. I'm an agent. I don't have a schedule. We need accountability in our diet more than any other industry in the world. Nobody over my shoulder telling me what to do. The only thing that's motivated me is my bank account right there, and it needs more zeros. Make sense? So my point is, I need accountability. We all have our why. We all have the reason why we do what we do. I mean, if you're independently wealthy, then God bless you. I think it's great. But most of us are not. Most of us are still working for that big picture goal. So we need to make sure we're building our business where it's consistent and not so stressful, because it can be stressful in this business if you're not consistent. A lot of agents get a listing. Oh, I'm so excited. And then they stop prospecting. Then when they close escrow, they really stop prospecting because they're like, oh, I'm good for now. Woo. You got to prospect every single day. It's got to be a part of your diet. It's just like breathing. You know what I mean? So oxygen, you got to have it every day. You got to prospect every day. So join us Friday. More training, coaching, accountability. Fridays, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. It's my Partner Plus weekly coaching and accountability call that I do with Coach Kathy Ryan. She's the cash offers coach of our team. Of course, you met Tim Yates. He's the founder of Legacy Listings. And we're going to help you grow. The first half of it is basically Kathy and I talk about cash offers. We talk about working with FSBOs, expireds. We go into detail, go into scripting. We go into all of it. And then the second half is Tim Yates talking about legacy listings. I'm telling you, there's an untapped gold mine. It doesn't cost you anything to know this information. It is fantastic. And there's some revenue opportunities too. So you got to check it out. Come Friday, and we'll introduce you to the Tuesday call. If you check the link, the picture of Tim's QR code, it'll take you to Tuesday's call. If you need it again, I'll be happy to share it at the end. Now, I got a bonus session. My friend John Allen who couldn't make it today. He poor guy. He went to our live event that we had scheduled, and he couldn't make it. But I want to tell you something about John Allen. I've known John a long time, and he's just those lenders that have their pulse on the market, that really like know what's going on. They make you sound smarter if you just talk to them, find out, hey, John, give me the mortgage minute. What's going on with the mortgage? What's happening with rates? What's going on with new programs? I'm not trying to be a lender, but I want to be as well informed as I can when I'm talking to my buyers and sellers, because my sellers become buyers. I need to have a conversation with my lender. They need to be pre-approved. Can you imagine taking a listing and they weren't pre-approved for the next purchase? You sell their house and then you all of a sudden you can't qualify for your next. And not many people do it, but I've talked to people that have, and that's a bad place to be. John will make you seem smarter in the business. He'll give you exactly what you need, because here's the deal: first the loan, then the home. I encourage you to reach out to John. That's his QR code. Reach out to him. The guy's a beast. He knows what he's doing. Very, very good. If you have a VA client, the guy hits it out of the park. He should be your VA. If you have anything VA, just call John. He'll take care of you. Okay. So with that said, I want to invite you to next week, April 8th, right here, More Listings Mastermind, Wednesday, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. We have this guy. Talk about smart. Again, my whole vision quest for 2026 is being around the smartest people I possibly can. And I am doing it again, and I'm bringing you guys with me. John Smarty Smart. He goes by Smarty. He's the founder of ProEdge CRM. This is an AI-driven funnel automation pipeline genius platform, pre-built for realtors. It's realtor-based. And there's some lenders that use it too, but it's realtor-based it does everything for you. It's super fantastic. And I know Kathy, one of our coaches, uses it. I can't wait to be introduced to it. Him and I are having a conversation tomorrow or the next day and going over the details, getting my account set up. So be on here next week. You don't need to register. Just go to morenowlistings.com every single Wednesday. Morenowlistings.com, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. And I tell you, that's what it's all about, is helping. So hopefully today we had some good stuff. We're at the top of the hour. Is there any questions before we get going? Because I can end this recording and then we can move on with our day. Any questions before we get off out of here?
Hey, Robert, I do have a question. This is Aisha. I appreciate you. This was wonderful. For Friday, is it the same link that we would use for this one?
Yes, ma'am, it is. I'll put it in the chat box. So don't hang up. We'll have a conversation. I'm going to end the recording. Thank you guys for jumping in. Everybody stick around. We'll go into the details about Friday. This is Robert Weichelt for another episode of the More Listings Mastermind. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a part of the day. And remember, we'll see you in escrow.